and welcome to another episode of Novice Chef Versus. Is that what we're calling it? Can the average chef do this? Is it doable? I don't know. Still entitled series Novice Chef Versus. Today we're Novice Chef versus Tasty's Bubble Waffle recipe. Now normally I like to do a cute little riff on the video that we're trying to recreate, but in this video the Tasty chefs and the Tasty crew go to New York to meet someone who actually makes egg waffles at a place called Eggloo. We are not able to do that. I don't know any egg waffle makers, and frankly it's not safe to hang out with peeps that are outside of your bubble right now. Haha, get it? Bubble waffle. The bubble waffle is also called an egg waffle and an eggette, just depending on where you are. Originated as street food in Hong Kong, and it looks delicious. I've absolutely never had it, but the moment I saw it, I knew I had to eat it, and so now, through the power of Christmas presents, we're doing it. So let's find out if the average chef can recreate this tasty bubble waffle recipe. I have two disclaimers. One, I am not necessarily a novice chef. I have been cooking since my mom let me around an oven, which was very young, but that's okay. It turned out fine. And the second is that you will obviously need a bubble waffle machine maker, sort of like a waffle iron. And I obviously understand that that's not an average kitchen utensil, but just apply these concepts to like a waffle iron that's normal. All right, we've encountered our first not average kitchen obstacle. That is, the recipe calls for evaporated milk. A well-stocked pantry would obviously have evaporated milk, but I don't have that because I don't bake a lot anymore, mostly cook. So what we've done is search the internet to find a solution, and my solution is gonna be powdered milk. So all evaporated milk is milk that's been reduced to have less water content in it. So you can do this on the stove with regular milk, just simmer it until it reduces in volume, a lot like we did with the tomato sauce to tomato paste in the last episode. What I'm gonna do is edit the amount of water I add to this to make it a poorly hydrated milk, essentially, so that way it'll work the same way. I had to do a lot of math, so the original recipe was to make 12 ounces or a cup and a half of evaporated milk. I only need 2 tablespoons, so I took the ratio of water to milk in that 12-ounce situation, divided it by 12, applied it to the grams in this cup, and ended up to get 12 grams of evaporated milk, of powdered milk to 8 grams of water will give us, hopefully, 2 tablespoons-ish of evaporated milk. So let's do that. Second roadblock. The recipe calls for something called custard powder. I've never heard of that before. I did a bunch of Googling, and apparently it's very common in Hong Kong desserts. And the good news is that you can make it. You can buy it. I looked at the international store yesterday and couldn't find it. But yeah, apparently you can make it. The internet says powdered milk, so glad we have this. Technically this should be corn flour, but I don't have that, and they said rice flour could substitute. And then we're gonna do vanilla sugar. So I got a little vanilla, we'll do the sugar, and we'll make a big batch of it because I imagine I'll be making egg waffles for the rest of time. So. And that's custard powder. If you don't have vanilla beans, just use vanilla syrup or extract, and it'll just be a little bit lumpy, don't worry about it. We're finally set up. You've got custard powder, evaporated milk, all-purpose flour, eggs, baking powder, tapioca starch, water, some dry ingredient situation, vanilla extract, sugar, oil, more flour, whisk, and a double boiler set up. While the double boiler is getting its life together, we're gonna go ahead and sift together our dry ingredients, which starts with our 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, custard powder, tapioca starch. I know this is not something that everybody has. I have it because I made my own boba not too long ago. But you can find this pretty easily in an international market or your market if it's well stocked. Time to sift. So this is our double boiler. What no one told me about double boilers is that the water isn't supposed to touch this bowl, just so you know. We're gonna chill here for 5 minutes. We did it, it's been 5 minutes. Cut the heat. Add the water. Our homemade evaporated milk concoction. Yes. All right, we're slowly adding dry to wet. I'm gonna sift again just to be sure. Don't mind me just spilling half my mixture. Ooh, it's pretty golden color. Last step, oil and vanilla. It feels a little bit thicker than the recipe, but honestly, maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad. And we're gonna strain it one more time to remove any lumps. That's a thick batter. Now we rest for an hour to overnight. I'm gonna have this for dinner though. Well, for dessert after dinner. It's currently 1:30, so I'm gonna cover this, let it sit for about 6 hours. I'll see you guys later. It's time, we've rested. It's time to make the waffle maker. Every video I've seen has like individually greased each hole, but we're gonna cheat and use spray oil cause I'm hungry now. We preheated our our waffle maker to about 204 degrees Celsius, which is about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a fun thing about this bad boy is that it's in Celsius. So I think we're ready to go. So we're gonna make sure that everyone's coated. And this is where the technique comes in handy. Fingers crossed I can get this right. Well, this batter's way thicker than the video. We're gonna tilt to coat. Oh, that was weird. I think I put way too much in, but we're gonna find out. All right, we did everything. Maybe a flip. And we're gonna wait for 3 minutes. We waited 3 minutes, it dinged, it's still clicking, I'm not sure. Let's peek. Ooh, we're close to burnt, panic. All right, we're only making one waffle, so. Okay, all right. I'm gonna set him to dry in this little like bowl, so that way he has a curved shape. Let's give one of them a try. Smells a lot like Belgian waffles. Okay, this is good and eggy, but I was expecting like More crunch. Need practice. Hotter, maybe? Hotter, less time? So here is my bubble waffle with some chocolate ice cream in it. And by chocolate, I mean it's the Tonight dough from Ben & Jerry's. So I'm pretty stoked. I think the batter needs to be improved, but because there's more batter, I'm gonna try different temperatures and see if we can figure that out. But overall, first try, very delish. Day 2, take 2. I cut the batter with a little bit of milk so it's thinner. Fingers crossed. You're very crooked, I'm very sorry. It's been a long day. All right, I think we're there, heat-wise. So we're gonna go for it. Round 2, come closer. I think we're good. Let's check and see. Still almost burnt. Much lighter on the top, but still like kind of burnt on the bottom. So not sure what's happening. Let's give this bubble a taste. They look a lot fluffier than last time. They're very hot. Okay. Texture great. This is what I imagine the texture to look like. That's the inside of the waffle. So, okay, all right. So I just need to figure out how to not burn it. Maybe keep it on the bubble side a little bit longer. We'll try it for day 3. I'll see you guys later. All right, attempt number 3 at this. I think last time we didn't leave it on the bottom long enough before flipping. So I'm going to run a stopwatch instead of a timer this time to see if we can fix that problem. So, cool. So my thought process is get it in, swirl, leave it for 30 seconds, then flip, and then that'll keep it from maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes. Let's do 1 minute, 2 minutes. That'll keep it from over browning, and we will be super confident. Wish us luck. We're warm. We're at about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and take it out. Ooh, almost burnt. Cool. Well, I'm gonna let this chill in this form. Let's keep it. A little taste. Not as crispy as yesterday. Better overall texture though. All right. I'd say it's actually probably a little underdone, but very eggy, very delicious. Okay. I just did one more for funsies because the recipe said that would only make 3 waffles, and I made 4. Very similar. But this is the cooled one so far, and it's much crispier. So let it cool as quickly as possible. And that is it for this episode of Novice Chef versus, in this case, the tasty recipe for Hong Kong style bubble waffles. Technique, really hard to get down. I will say that much. I don't think necessarily the recipe, there was anything wrong with the recipe. Might have gotten some proportions wrong. It was a lot thicker than it should have been. So I'm gonna play around with both of those. This one might be a quote unquote fail, our first fail. Not getting it correct. So we're 1 and 1 as far as episodes go. Tasty wins this one, not for the Novice Chef. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. And make sure to hit subscribe because we do this Novice Chef versus as frequently as we can. I put out new videos every week. Those are on Tuesday. Bye-bye.